Good morning, folks. Frank Zorrilla here, Zor Capital, May 11, 2018. Doing a quick video here showing you how to use Market Smith and how to narrow down your universe of stocks from a whole bunch of stocks to just a few using some fundamental information. I've been talking about IBD, Investors Business Daily, for the last couple of weeks, telling you how they do a great job giving you the opportunity to narrow down the universe of stocks from roughly 7,000 names to a handful of names using fundamental data. Today I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's amazing that in this day and age it's so hard to come across fundamental information like earnings per share and sales over the last couple of quarters. It's almost impossible. It's really amazing. But Market Smith does a great job doing that. There's a 3-week trial that costs about $19, which is nothing at all. And it's important because right now we're in the midst of earnings season, or pretty much at the end. And this information that I'm going to give you today is not going to change for another 3 months. So you should take advantage of the trial. But either way, very simply, if you read this book before, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill, you realize they have a canceling model, which they're looking to combine fundamentals with technicals. They've studied the previous biggest winners, and they have these characteristics they all share in common. And one of them, in the first one, happens to be current accelerated earnings and sales per share. They're looking for stocks that are growing rapidly. And if you go to page 153, which is chapter 3, they talk about some of the biggest winners, Dell, AOL, Cisco, American Online, Google, how, they had, huge earnings per share increase before they made their huge runs. For example, Dell's price earnings per share surged 74% and 108% in the 2 quarters prior to its price increase from 1996. Cisco earnings gains of 150 and 155 in the 2 quarters ending October 1990 prior to its giant run-up over the next 3 years. So what we're going to do, very simply, we're going to narrow down this universe looking at stocks that are growing extremely rapidly, okay? So here we are. We're looking at Market Smith, which is part of IBD. What you can do is you can do a new screen. I already did it, so you can do a new screen, and then you'll get this information here on how to break down the screen. So the first thing I did, very simply, I chose earnings per share last quarter at least 40% of higher. So we're looking at stocks that their earnings per share grew in their most previous quarter by at least 40%. Now that narrows down the universe from 7,569 names to 886. Then we were looking at sales change last quarter, 19%. Now that narrowed down the universe to 434 names. Now you can leave it at that, and that'll be, that'll be fine. That gives you 434 names to look at for the next 3 months, because again, this information as far as EPS and sales change is not going to change until next quarter. So you can leave it at that. So I took it a step further, and I said, okay, let's look for companies that surprised the street. Okay, they caught the street by surprise, and they had an earnings surprise of at least 50%. That narrows down the universe to 69 names, okay? That's more than manageable, okay? So what you do is, once you have that, you go to View Screen Results, and it gives you the names right over here at the bottom. 69 stocks were found. And right away, here's the chart. The first name on the list, Atlas Worldwide. This is a stock that we spoke about before in the past. You can check the blog. We flagged this stock back at $35 a share. This is an airline, kind of like an airline transportation company, signed a huge deal with Amazon, where Amazon was leasing some of their big planes to ship their products, okay? So very simply, the company just reported their numbers. EPS changed 177%. Sales up 24%. This stock looks good, and I spoke about this stock recently. If you're looking on the monthly chart, this stock has done nothing since 2006. This can break out, be blue skies ahead. So then now we have the next stock on the list that just recently reported had a huge move. Axon Enterprises, better known as Taser. Again, earnings up 129%, sales up 28%. After that, you have AFSI, You have Alex, Amod, Amazon, all down here. So you have roughly 69 names, and then you can continue to narrow down this universe a little bit further by saying, hey, I only want to look at stocks trading near the highs, or I only want to look at stocks within the top 20 sectors. But either way, that's how easy it is to narrow down the universe of stocks from 7,000 names to 69 names using fundamental data, EPS, and sales change, which is one of the biggest drivers for long-term winners. So right now, Marcus Smith is running a trial. I'm going to have the link right below this video. I think it's like $19 or $20 for 3 weeks. It's a great offer because, again, you use this information, you use that trial. This is not going to change until for the next quarter, for the next 3 months. This will remain the same. These numbers right over here, they're going to remain the same until these companies report again. And again, easy way to narrow down the universe of stocks. So trade them well and be well. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section.